If anybody here wants to be a lawyer? Yeah, don't. But if you do, it doesn't really matter what your dream is. Anybody you want to have a dream? I want to have a dream. Well, don't.
I will be changing my whole career.
Good. I really made a difference in the world today.
Nice.
Yes.
Corrupting
the youth? Not again. Next is going to be that impiety charge again. But you, if anybody here wants to be, if you want to be a lawyer, read the FAFSA forms. That's going to be similar to that. In other words, it's so clear. The problem with like reading the law is that the law is so incredibly clear and precise and detailed that many of us lose our way 5 words into it, 6 words into it. By the way, do you know what the #1 major is that leads into law school? Philosophy. But don't study philosophy. You know what the #2 major is? English. Yeah. So if you want to go into law, philosophy, and English, but don't do those. And don't be a lawyer. Go be. No, what should we say out to be? What's that? Oh, be an astronaut. That'd be so awesome.
You'd be the first person on board.
That way.
You said, oh,
I had that dream once.
you said I don't like math. I said I'm not good at math.
No, there's a difference. I've talked to you about this before, right? Don't try.
But then if we don't, I did it already. We'll become successful.
But yeah, but you're probably not going to be successful anyway.
Okay.
I mean,
You're gonna get more likes.
that's right. A teacher has to tell them. I get those things from time to time. I get people who message me and be like, yeah, you gotta tell people, you gotta tell these kids what it's really like. I'm like, I tell you what it's really like. What the hell do I know what it's really like? All I know is what it's really like in here. I don't know what it's really like in there. But that is advice I can give you, and I'll stand by it. Don't try. Like for thinking about, like, so, why do you want to be a criminologist? Why do you want to study criminology? But it's not going to help you be a lawyer. Besides, would you be a lawyer? What are you going to be a lawyer for?
It's either one. I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah.
Dude, you're 18. How can you not know what you want to do with the rest of your life?
And you're not supposed to have it figured out.
Yes, you are. You know, doesn't the counseling center tells you?
They don't even talk to us.
That's because they're tired of you being so indecisive.
No, like my counselor doesn't talk to me.
He just stares at you with hatred.
No,
Sit in the office, they just stare at them, they just mutter at you. What was that? Shut up. Okay. Get out of here. Oh, one more thing. What's that? Don't try.
Skylar, did you ever think about being a counselor?
No.
Oh no.
No.
How are you carrying that out?
Hell, I barely even think about being a teacher.
Why did you become a teacher? Yeah.
That's what the problem is. Being free. What can you do in life? Anything. Anything. Just about anything. Even if you can't be in the NBA, there's still 5.7 million other jobs available to you. And I don't just mean a job, I mean paths in life. You can do just about anything. Part of the problem is that we say that, and we don't really mean it. It's an Instagram post, right? I hate people who say right at the end of sentences, but I actually didn't mean it there. It's an Instagram post. You can be anything in life. You just have to pursue. No, you can't. Don't try. Give up. You should give up. Think about your dreams, what they are. You want to be a lawyer? What? You know how hard that is? You know how few people actually make it? What are your grades like? What are your SATs like? What are your LSATs going to look like? It's incredibly competitive. And if you don't get into a top-rated law school, well, you're wasting your money and you're wasting your time. You're going to end up being one of those ambulance chasers online, if you even get a job as a lawyer. So don't try. Are you still going to go be a lawyer?
Well, now probably not.
Then you shouldn't. Then you shouldn't.
Probably not because
Good. Then you shouldn't. Then you shouldn't. If I had said that to you and you were like, I hear you, Scanlon, and it's probably true. Not that you don't believe what I'm saying is true, but if what I'm telling you, if you hear it and you believe that that's probably true, and that probably is going to be the end of your pursuit of the law, but you're like, but you know what? I just love it. I have to do it. It's in me. I have to do it. Then you should be doing it. In other words, if you can look at the worst possible scenario of that choice, as in terms of it being failure, I want to be a musician, which you're probably going to fail. Yeah, I know, but you know what? It's in me. It's in my soul. It's what I have to do. I can't do anything else. Oh, then you should go do it. You should go do it. It comes from a writer named Charles Bukowski. That's what's written on his tombstone. Don't try. And that's what he meant by it. He didn't mean like, don't try, do. No, he meant that whatever your dream is, imagine that you shouldn't even be trying. Imagine that the worst case scenario, you're going to end up a failure, an obscurity. You're not going to achieve anything beyond that initial dream of becoming a lawyer or whatever. And if you still feel like, yeah, I know, but I still need to do it, then you should be doing it.
Oh, I don't really feel like that.
What's that?
I don't really feel like that.
That you feel like it's in your soul?
I don't feel like I have to do it, but I want to do it.
I mean, not have to like you're being forced to, but have to like, it's in me. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to be happy unless I do this one thing, unless I achieve this one thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, like in movies, like people feel like that. Like lawyers, you could tell that it's like that for them.
Yeah. And there's some people that do it because they want to be wealthy, they want to have a lot of money.
That would be my main motivation.
Yeah. Then most of what I said was true in terms of then you need to study incredibly hard. You need to get into a top-ranked law school because that's how you're going to transition over to a top-ranked law firm, which is how you're going to get the experience and the money to become wealthy through the law. But too oftentimes we gauge what we should do by whether or not we're going to be successful. And Bukowski's point was, don't work, if you're doing it just to be successful, and then you pursue it and you fail, then it was a waste. But if you're pursuing it because it's something that's in your heart, something that's in your soul even, then you have to do it. So like when you ask why I became a teacher, I don't presume that any more than like 3 or 4 of you are ever listening to me at any given time. That's my base assumption. And I feel like as soon as you guys walk out that door, the only comments that you guys ever make about the class are head shaking, like whatever the hell he just said. And then there's like this collective amnesia that comes over everybody. And then when you re-enter the classroom, it's like, wait, what? I presume that you guys pay no mind to the class, except for maybe, like I said, 2 or 3 or 4 of you, that it doesn't make a difference in what most of you guys do. In fact, it probably annoys and irritates most of you guys. But what good is a philosopher who doesn't irritate, yes? And so, that being the case, I still like, yeah, but you know what? I really love doing this. It just sucks to think like, well, I hate to be doing this. It's not to irritate people. Certainly not. But I just really love the gig. I love the job. I love what I do. So I guess what if nobody ever responds? What if you never have a positive impact on anybody? I still have to do it. I still have to do it. You know how possible it is to reach teenagers? You know how little they give a shit about what you have to say? Yeah, I do. But I still gotta do it. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I've been actually thinking about reading the Carl Jung Archetypes. I'm thinking about buying the book. I'm actually really interested. Like, I didn't know I was that interested until we were like reading about papers and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is actually really interesting. So I'm thinking about buying that.
I think you would like it. Given what I know about your interests, I think you'd like it a lot. Because it helps you get to the bottom of some things. And you're going to find that a lot of the pop psychology stuff that you read today, a lot of the self-help stuff that you read today, a lot of it is based off of you. Essentially finding your type and pursuing that type and being that thing. So this is something that many of you guys are going to experience if you aren't already experiencing it. That you're going to go off to college, and I ask you what your majors are because this is probably the most common major, IDK. Because these are all things that you might be headed towards in the beginning, but who knows where you're actually going to end up. I changed my major 7 times in college. So when people say like, you're 18, you should know what you want to do with the rest of your life, I hope you don't. I hope you think you do. I hope you have an idea of the direction you want to go, but Yeah, don't feel bad if you don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life. At 18, you should know what you want to do with the rest of your life. I mean, some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't know what they want to do with the rest of their lives. Because when you understand that there's so many things out there, my God, the problem is not to find something to do. The problem is picking only one thing to do. There's so much to do. Boredom isn't a problem anymore. The problem is, I've only got so much time. I've only got so many years. How do I best spend that time? What one avenue do I pursue? Because I don't know if any of you guys are like this. It's like I want to study either pharmacology or criminology. I'm not sure which. Or to put it more succinctly, when you guys were children, how many of you guys wanted to be either an astronaut or a veterinarian? You weren't sure which. And then maybe also be a firefighter at some point. Yeah? In other words, when we're little kids, we have all of these interests because when we're little kids, the whole world seems possible to us. And then as we grow older, I guess it kind of works like this, where less and less of the world seems possible. I promise you that there are avenues that are shut off to you. I'm never going to play in the NBA, as much as I would desire it. But my options are not really like this. Your options are not like this. Your options are much broader than you even realize. Because you have to go for it. If it's something that you love, then you go for it. Because if you go for it, someone has to get the job, right? I mean, if you're going to be a lawyer, someone's going to be a lawyer, right? Why not you? Someone's going to do the job. Someone's going to be a pharmacologist. Someone's going to be a psychologist. And people will say, oh, maybe you'll be the next Carl Jung. I don't know. Maybe Carl Jung was the first study. Maybe medicine. Maybe you're going to do something great in medicine. Or maybe you're going to hear something in this class, one little thing, and then you're going to go off to be a teacher, which you never wanted to do, never planned to do. But one little thing that this one obscure teacher in National City said to you on, some day back in February, stuck in some way. And then you go off and become a teacher, and you're that person who positively impacts thousands of lives. For some people, your job is to reap, and some people, your job is to sow. It won't matter to you if you're doing the thing that you love. Do you reap? Do you sow? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're doing something that you love. Like you said, the problem is that there's just so many things that you might love. So many opportunities. It doesn't even feel like it right now. Many of you are thinking about the limitations. Money. Time. God, money? Money's a mathematical problem. Money is a mathematical problem, meaning that you want more money, you work more hours, done and done. There it is. The real problems of your life are not things like that. The real problems of your life are the things that will smack you upside the head while you're walking down the sidewalk on some strange Tuesday in April. But when you don't know where to go, I guess any path will take you there. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms?